What's up, everybody? Josh here, Jim's Hobbies. This was going to be two videos. It was going to be me testing the new FYR tires on the Vision wheels, and then a test of Chunkie's wheels. But since I usually run this course very similar when I'm out testing, so it reproduces the results, um, I figured why not try and split the video up. And now I got to do a voiceover because there was two separate audios recording. Chunkie just designed a new barrel and inner ring that works with his wheel faces that are designed for the 22 JConcepts 475 Class 2 tires, which are only 1.5 wide. So here, I went a lot slower with the Vision wheels, so um, I stopped the video so it kind of runs close to the same in time. So when you're watching it, don't worry, it'll catch up with the other truck. Um, but these are the new FYR tires. I have SL3D squid inserts, which are specifically made for the narrower tire. They work really well so far. The Vision wheels are the first run, and then Chunkie's wheels are the second run. So there's probably 20 minutes of run time on the Visions, and then the 20 minutes. So that's all the scrub in time. There was no other runs in between. I changed nothing between the two sets of tires. It's the same hubs, 18 millimeter brass in the front, 15 millimeter brass in the rear. The only difference is the tire itself. And the way the truck moves and reacts between the two is surprising. So that's what I really wanted to talk about. The back of the Boogieman it will hang a tire up in the air and not set down as fast. And it seems like the wider they are, the worse it was hanging a tire. So we narrowed them up, added a little bit of weight in the rear, and it helped out. The Lone Ranger isn't the same. I think it's because of the link separation in the front. That's the only big difference in between the two sets of links. They're the same length. So it's a little bit of geometry. Um, Me and Nathan talked about it at some point and finding the instant center and roll angles and all that stuff. But truly, what I'm seeing is the link separation in the front is the biggest difference. So the difference between these two wheels is the offset of the face. Chunkies are all the way to the outside, and the Visions are inset just a little bit. That changes the width of the truck almost half an inch, close to half an inch in the front, or what is that, 12.5 millimeters. Um, so the overall width with Chunkie's wheels on the straight axles is like 9 1/4 in the front and 9 in the back. And it was 9 3/4 in the front and 9 1/2 almost in the back, 9 3/8. So the tires are working great. Very impressed with the tires. The inserts grab. They ball up a little bit, but you have that problem with the 2.2, just a little less sidewall. They want to really kind of squish in and grab. Um, Belly clearance is the same as you can see. It's hung up here. Um, Filming this myself, so I didn't get everything in the best frame, but you can see the trucks got over that obstacle pretty close to the same. On the left, I had a battery stop on me for the first time ever with this electronic setup, so that's why you see the cut there. But you can see I'm running pretty close to the same lines. And like right there, the Chunkie's tires did not want to hold the back end up. I took the line a little different with the Visions. Um, it'll be coming up here in a second. It's really easy to tell. The tire on the left, and I'll try to make sure I point it out. The tire on the left, it'll hold the back end up with the wider Visions. I don't know if it's weight. I don't know if it's width. The only thing I'm thinking is width difference. I got a little hung up with the Visions. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the jagged pointy rock up here and see how on the right it set that tire right back down instantly. And then I make this turn coming around the top and the tire sets right back down. You watch the truck on the left, look at that tire. It hung up in the air for a second. I know it doesn't seem like much, but that really unsettles the truck and it causes rollovers like that. That tire, if it would have sat down, I probably wouldn't have rolled over there. I'm not saying for sure, but I can tell you that I rolled over a couple times. You'll see in the video with the Vision wheels, and I did not using Chunkie's wheels. Now, obviously, getting used to the tires and driving makes a factor here, but so this is like one of the hardest spots on the course because of the big hole. The rocks have slid. I am going to try and fill it in with mortar at some point to at least make it so it's not going to break axles or anything like that. Um, I just haven't had time with all the stuff we're into. You know, we have our other channel where we're working on one-to-one cars now. Jericho's got a race car we're working on, but this is always a hard spot. On the right, you'll see that I kind of edited the video and went back to where I was um, working on this because I circled out and played around on some other spots in the course. So what we're going to see here is basically the same line as the left and the right, and how much better on the left the truck settles down and grabs stuff. I'm sorry, on the right with Chunkie's wheel. See it rolled out there. And I'm in the same spot on the right. Um, I back up, reapproach, but it's not as many times as I'm trying to get it as I am on the left. I got to get that bumper tucked into the crack. I'm sorry about the video on the right. Editing this, it cuts out a little bit of the frame. But see, it rolled over again, just backing down that rock. And that was one of the most frustrating things is where it keeps rolling over. So on the right, you're seeing I'm in the same spot, basically where I rolled over earlier, but it's not rolling over. Yes, Moose is coming over to say hi because I'm talking and no one's around. Um, so you're going to see that the front ends are about in the same spot. And it's not that the wheels on the right or on the left don't get it. It's how much more effective the wheels on the right appear to be. Um, the truck just stays more stable. I'm able to maneuver around, and I grab a little too much throttle here. It washes out, and then right there, I grabbed a little too much throttle. I should have just let it crawl, let the tires work, because when I recover, slow my throttle down, the tires start to work, and it ends up pulling itself up this rock. You can see on the left, I'm still fighting with trying to get into a position to hook this rock. Where on the right, the truck found the spot. It told me where to go, and it was a lot easier. And it's the same tire, same insert, same shock setup, same angles. Um, it's kind of hard to see on the left now, but I'm still fighting against that white rock. Um, you can see right here, I'm just positioning around while I'm on the left. I'm still trying to figure out where to put that um, tire. I was just showing Chunkie's wheels here. The video should cut here in a second, but on the left, you see I'm still fighting. And over on the right, I'm doing a photo shoot. So it's kind of funny that, so now I cut out the photo shoot part and I'm focused on the left on just how much I'm having to fight this truck to get it up there. I'm trying all kinds of different approaches, um, trying to get the back end tucked one way or another, and it's just fighting me where it didn't with the other wheels. Like it was not this long of a fight. It found a spot and it went. So I'm going to get the back end over into the crack like I did on the video that was on the right earlier. And the truck ends up making it, but it's going to be with a bunch of Austin power moves to get the back end over where it's supposed to be. Where when it was a little bit narrower, it made it, the truck acted better. It didn't keep unsettling the front end. I'm I'm really impressed with the difference that Chunkie's wheels made on this setup with the straight axle. So still fighting it here, still fighting it, and then it finally finds the spot to grab. Um, I think this was just the reapproach on the right of me going up this another time. Um, they end up syncing up here in a second. I know I edited this in a way that they sync up, but so on the left you're seeing I'm entering the tunnel. It fell down in the hole, and then it finally comes through. On the right, I'm working that spot on the crack. Realize I need to get the back end over. And earlier, it would not hook this. Where with the setup with Chunkie's wheels, it's not unsettling as bad. On the left, you see I roll yet again. Um, yeah, I think this time I just take the left hand. On the right hand screen, I've taken the left hand rock to go run the tunnel. What you saw was later in my run, but again, I was just trying to get stuff to sync up and be close. Um, yeah, the belly clearance there, it just walks right up that. On the left, I'm fighting with this concrete block, trying to get through this hole to try and go around it instead of straight up it. It's not wanting to it's not wanting to come free. On the right, truck goes right into the tunnel, carries through, and here you're gonna see that on the right it comes out of the tunnel, grabs just like it was doing earlier on the left, and just walks cleanly out of there. The back end doesn't stay up in the air, it sits down faster right there, just straight down. Um, if you're watching the left, you saw I climbed this line and really didn't have issues. On the right, I'm going to go over the concrete blocks this time instead of trying to go through that washout where you can see my back end keeps getting stuck on the left. Um, I really wanted to see because that rock's a good angle. I guess busted piece of sidewalk, whatever you want to call it. On the left, it's still a good climb. I mean, it pulls up this line. Um, hung up on the skid on the right, but it's going to come down. And I thought for sure this truck was going to roll here because on the left, I squared it up a lot better. On the right, I had the left rear tire hanging off the edge, so I couldn't use it as a pivot point. You see it's kind of floating the tire there, not wanting to sit down. Then it finally does, and I go around. On the right, you're seeing that I'm twisted up on an angle, but the truck is not unhooking. It's not unsettling. It sets the rear tires down very soft, and they set down flat instead of hanging a tire up in there, which is the big difference I'm seeing in these wheels. Um, these are some rocks Justin gave me, which, really appreciate Justin helping build the course out some. And there's like two or three times I get caught up on things on the left where I don't on the right. So you can see like it's sunk back up. the run on the right, the truck just reacts better. It's not right there. That's the only time the tire hung up in the air, but it came right through it. Um, Running back through the little rocks, this is more of a natural part of the course than the opposite side where I have more busted concrete and stuff. You know, you make do with what you got. Um, but on the left, I'm stuck again. Had to work the skid free. I don't know if it's the narrower stance helped it. Right here, I get a tire hung down on that board, which that transition sucks, but it's not a big deal. But you can see that the truck is really staying settled. Right there, it sat right back down. It's not picking up that tire on that downhill approach. And it's just working really well. So from here, I run kind of different lines, so I'm really not going to go over it. I'll let the video play. I'll throw some music in from here, and then at the end, you'll hear what I have to say about Chunkie's wheels when I was running it earlier. And they did really good. Like on the left, I'm going over the logs, and on the right, I'm running this V in the course. So I hope you enjoy and watch till the end. There's about, I think, six 6 minutes left in the video. So check it out, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
I don't know what to say. Like, I am thoroughly impressed. Great job, Chunkiie. And everyone keep an eye out, and he'll probably put it on the website, Chunkiie Customs LLC. It's Chunkiie IIE Customs with a Z LLC. And these paired with my Boogieman and straight axles are pretty killer. You just saw what it did. Thanks everybody.